What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now I'm going to talk about the Netflix original movie, Hot Frosty. So, I've talked about it before on this channel. I'm a sucker for Christmas movies. I watch Christmas movies starting November 1st all the way through December. And I've got the ones that I watch every year. But whenever Netflix releases a new Christmas movie, even if it looks horrible, I watch it. My wife and I, or my daughter and I, will also sit down and watch Hallmark Christmas movies, the new ones. I mean, that's the level of investment I have into Christmas movies. so, um, so Hot Frosty. It was not exactly what I expected in some ways, and in other ways it was exactly what I expected. So Lacey Chabert, how do you say that? I don't know. I've always just read it, but I've never heard it said. She plays someone who has lost her husband. He passed away due to cancer, and she's kind of just existing. She's not going on dates. She's not really performing well at work. She's just kind of existing in her life, kind of coasting along. She's letting stuff go at her house. Her roof is leaking, and she's just letting stuff go. And one day she is walking along in her town, which is very much like a Hallmark town, and she sees a bunch of snowmen that were made at a snowman contest or something like that. I don't know, but a bunch of snowmen, and one of them is kind of a buff looking snowman, right? Like the pecs and the six pack, and he buff snowman. Well, anyway, she puts a scarf on him, and when she puts the scarf on him, he comes to life. And when he comes to life, obviously he's naked except for the scarf, and some people see him and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And a report is made to the police that there was a streaker in town. I'll get back to that later. So eventually, he finds her. He finds Lacey. Jack the Snowman finds Lacey, and she, through a series of events, she ends up taking him into her home and letting him stay. And he's convinced that he's in love with her. She's like, no, 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 no. You don't even know what love is, right? But she gets to the point where she actually believes that this guy is a snowman come to life. Well, anyways, Jack ends up being like this living snowman who looks just like a human being with a heart of gold, right? He goes out and helps the school. He helps people fix their houses, and he's helping people do all this stuff. And what he's doing is he is creating community in this town, and he's becoming very popular. Obviously, some of the older women like him because he looks attractive, but he's really, through his niceness and his personality and the way that he interacts with people, he's creating community, bringing people together, and really kind of fostering the spirit of Christmas. Meanwhile, you have Craig Robinson, who plays the sheriff of this small town, who hears that there was a streaker in town. And he also hears that some clothes were robbed from the local thrift store, which Jack did take the clothes. And he's a no-nonsense police chief, and he's gonna catch this guy. So the whole movie he's going through this investigation, trying to find who was streaking and who stole the clothes, and eventually he sets his eyes on Jack because Jack's new in town. So he sets his eyes on Jack, and the whole movie he's kind of trying to prove that Jack was the culprit. Craig Robinson was, for me, he was the best part of this movie. He was very over the top. Everything in this movie is over the top, but he was very over the top. But he did it very much in kind of a, I know I'm in a silly movie, so I'm going to run with this way. And because of that, it was endearing. And he was funny. And he was kind of the Scrooge of the movie, right? He's kind of the Scrooge where at the end, Jack and Lacey have to, make his heart grow 3 sizes. So obviously, overall, Jack finds himself getting into trouble. He finds that when he's in warm places, he starts melting or sweating and starts melting, and he ends up getting in some trouble. And by the end of the film, I'm not going to necessarily spoil the ending here, but I'm sure that you can guess the ending. You know, I guessed the ending in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Um, there is resolution to Jack and Lacey's character. I forget her name, but there's resolution to their romance, and the resolution is very positive, and everybody's going to be very happy with it. And Craig Robinson's sheriff, there's resolution to his character as well, and everybody's going to feel real positive and happy about it. It's that type of movie. And at the end of the day, this movie was very disposable, but it had its heartwarming moments. You could do a lot worse in this movie. You could also do a lot better. You know, if you're like me and you love Christmas content and you just eat it up, then yeah, you're gonna watch this and you're probably gonna enjoy yourself. But if you have any level of cynicism or any part of you that just doesn't really care for the conveyor belt Christmas content, you're not going to like this. Honestly, I would suggest skipping it. So whether you enjoy this is going to be really based on your perspective and your attitude towards these kind of conveyor belt disposable Christmas movies, because that's really what this is. So I would go slightly positive on it just because it had its fun moments, and it had its heartwarming moments, and it had its it gave me that little Christmas fix. But my guess is most people are gonna not enjoy it the way that I did. So I don't know. That's my take on Hot Frosty. Have you watched it? Let me know if you have in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.